Hi everybody, Anthony Morgan's Training Academy. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about knife and how to change the knife from grip to grip. This is the Cold Steel Tonto. Okay, great little knife. It's small enough that I can manipulate it, and I say manipulate it. I can move this in close. If I'm in here close to somebody, I can manipulate this. If I bring it up inside of here, I can manipulate it. Now, when I say manipulate, this big knife here, okay, this thing I cannot manipulate. Great, it's great for hacking, okay? But when I start trying to work this inside if I have an assailant in front of me, this is not going to be one that I'm going to wield very well. I mean, I can cut, I can hack, but if I start trying to change grips, it's too heavy to change grips. I can change grips, but see, this has got a back cut here, so it's going to really mess up my switches on it. Now, do I want to be switching with a big knife like that? No, I'm going to be hacking and cutting. So now the little Tonto here. So I'm just going to take you guys through slow on this. The first switch is, you see this position here? Okay. Now you see how that knife just kind of swings like that? Now that is what you're going to be starting to work with. So I get this thing. Now I can move up into here. I can move down to here. Now I start working this. See how I switch that around? I move that back. I move that up. I move that back. I move it up. Here, that's all I'm basically doing with just the grip here. Okay, I will move down, I will move up, down, and up. And then after I start working, you notice I'm still have that same grip. So when I move to here, now see my grip is starting to, there it is right there. See that grip? So I'm starting to switch this around to where now at this point, now see where my grip is here? Now see my grip is between the thumb instead of being on index here. Now I'm here. So it's still the same. There's still the same technique. It's just working off that. So as I start switching here, I may go from earth position to heaven position. Okay, the thumb, the index, and I will switch. Okay, now you notice how I'm switching back and forth here on my hand. I do it with a razor sharp knife too, and I don't cut. But once I get in here, I don't do this. I manipulate this blade to where I'm in control of my blade. So as I'm working this, I will manipulate here. Now a lot of times I will manipulate off my arm. Sometimes I'll manipulate to here. Sometimes I manipulate off your neck, off your arms. If you cut in and I slash here, I may come off the bottom of your arm to get to this position. Now, with that being said, we also have what is called a split finger switch. Now, a split finger switch is this. Okay, I will go to here. Now, see how the thumb comes in here, and this switches around to earth grip. I go back to here, split finger. The thumb pivots it up. That's a split finger switch. Okay, so from here, split finger, the thumb rotates that back down. Okay, split finger, the thumb rotates it back up. So that's a split finger rotation. So I have the hand that I rotate from here, okay, to here. I have the index from here, this one up, this will move down, but it's just this, okay. Then we have the split finger, which is here, okay, and then I will run that. So from here, see the thumb spins that, and it comes in this position. So these are just some basics, and all the guys that I teach, I try to tell them constantly be working your blade, okay? And anytime I have a blade, and this is a fairly sharp knife. I mean, it will cut me if I play around with it too serious. But anytime I'm working, I'm constantly switching my blade. Sometimes I'll switch it up from here, sometimes here. Now, I don't usually switch off the neck just because of obvious not understanding this or this from that position. Now, I will work off the shoulder, okay, mainly because I got a shirt on or a jacket or something on. Sometimes I switch off the arm here. Sometimes I'll switch off to here. So, and you need to know all this to get proficient with knife work. Now, anytime if I come in here with a slash, see, and I switch here, so I may want to go in for that thrust position. Now, if I feel he's going to strip my knife, okay, I may switch out again. So, you know, from here, say I will switch. Sometimes I'll switch hands, and then I'll move to this position. But play with these switches. Like I said, this is, you know, that is the key right there. And I will switch up, okay? So then from here, see, I can switch down. See the position here? Then it goes to this position. Then I do what is called the split finger. From here, the thumb, see how it spins it around and it's back. So these are just gives you 3 positions that you can work on. Okay, one is the pendulum. Okay, and you just start getting used to it. But guys, don't start out with a sharp knife. And if you do, put tape on the blade, please. Okay. Put tape on the blade so you don't get cut. If you don't have training knives like we do, put tape on the blade so you're not going to be getting cut. And then work it. Now you can do this with a stick, you can do this with a dowel, but you know, you can do it with butter knife. But it's just getting used to playing constantly. See, I just start playing here, so I'm not, you know, really thinking. Sometimes I'll go split finger and I'll flip back down. Sometimes I'm doing rotation. Okay, sometimes I'm just playing, but I do it a lot. And you know, how many thousands of hours I have involved with, you know, knife play. But tape up the blade so you don't get cut, and you'll be safe that way. But spend some time, you know, learning how to manipulate your blade. Keep them short. Okay, I like a short blade. I don't like big, massive blades. They look really cool and they're very intimidating, but how often are you going to be carrying a blade that size? Now, as I've showed you guys in the past, I carry a Benchmade, and it is, you know, it is a shorter blade, but I still manipulate it. I'm still running this. I'm still playing here. I'm still moving, and this one's razor sharp. Okay. So as I'm moving this around, I'm still, see, from here, I move to here. Okay, from here to here. Okay, I may work that split finger change. And so, you know, just spend the time. Stay away from the big knives. They're very intimidating, but if you rush up on me, okay, and you come in close and I have to draw this knife, I'm not going to close in, I'm not going to draw it to heaven position. You move in close, I'm going to draw it so I can get in here to earth position. And this is where I'm going to do my work, because I can thrust here, I can slash here, okay, I can return thrust. As soon as I get in this position, it's hard for me to get to the back of you or the front of you because the hand won't come around. As soon as I move to here, now see the difference? This can insert to the back. This makes it really hard to insert to the back, okay? Mainly because of the leverage point here of the wrist. So anyway, just a couple of tips on knife play, okay? Like I said, be careful. Make sure you tape up the blade, or have a good trainer. A piece of wood, whatever, a ballpoint pen. You know, I mean, you can take, you know, a ballpoint pen like this and do the same thing, you know, get used to that pendulum, you know, and, you know, just start working that toward it's, you know, there and it's ready to go. But, you know, play around. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for sharing my videos, and I will see you guys tomorrow.